You must swear in all the remaining judges. Those were the firm words of a seemingly dejected Chief Justice Martha Koome, coming in the wake of an escalated power struggle between the judiciary and the executive arm of government. The Chief Justice, who spoke during the swearing-in ceremony of Daniel Musinga as President of the Court of Appeal, also warned of a plot, get this, to scuttle the operations of the very judiciary she heads by what she said, or by an organization of persons in the private and public sector whom she did not name. NTV's Seth Olale followed the proceedings from the Supreme Court corridors.
In her first public display of displeasure with the executive arm of government, Chief Justice Martha Koome took on President Uhuru Kenyatta over his failure to appoint the 6 judges who were among the 40 approved by the Judicial Service Commission.
All persons recommended by the JSC and as directed by the Constitution must be appointed as judges. That is the law. I am a judge. I do not want to enter into any controversy because at the end of the day I shouldn't. I'm an adjudicator. But I'm duty-bound to reiterate this position and continue to call on His Excellency the President to appoint the remaining 6 judges, 4 of whom would be joining this court.
Just a day after the National Treasury allocated 17.9 billion shillings to the judiciary for the financial year 2021-2022, the CJ criticized the move, stating it is half of the amount the institution needs to adequately dispense its mandate.
You can see how dilapidated we are operating from this museum, which I've wondered why the Ministry of Health has not condemned it as unfit for human habitation. We have 36 other courts buildings that are almost complete but cannot be occupied because we have no money to complete those buildings. Kenyans travel an average of 175 kilometers to access justice.
The CJ now claims there is a plot to undermine and jeopardize operations of the judiciary by persons with vested interest in both the public and private sector.
As we continue to hear voices directing judges on how to decide or not to decide cases, sometimes we are told not to dare touch a matter. And then you wonder what happened to the oath of office, not to fear, not to decide based on fear. We are told not to decide, not to exercise our judicial minds otherwise than in a certain way. And one wonders what happened to the principle of even matters that are pending in court. To me, these unsolicited commands are tantamount to interference with the judges' independence, as the Constitution forbids any party or authority from directing us in the discharge of our duties.
The scathing remarks towards the executive were pronounced during the swearing-in ceremony of Daniel Musinga as the President of the Court of Appeal. The latest twist in the unending power tussle between the executive and the judiciary comes a day after the High Court quashed President Uhuru Kenyatta's Executive Order No. 1 of 2020 that had formally instituted the formation of the Nairobi Metropolitan Services, as well as placed sections of the judicial tribunals and commissions under the state departments. Chief Justice Martha Koome, who had initially stated that she will use a diplomatic approach in settling scores with the executive, seems to have changed tactic barely a month after she was formally appointed as the country's first female CJ. Seth Olale, NTV, Nairobi.